Thank you, Gwen, for that amazing introduction. Thank you, Dean Figlio, and esteemed faculty and staff for having me here today. Class of 2018, I've got some news for you. I've got good news, and bad news, and fake news. It's hard to distinguish between them sometimes, so I'll tell you up front which one is which. This is the good news. We are graduating from college. Not just any college, but Northwestern University, and I think Morty's gonna get us in the top 10 of US News pretty soon, so that'll be pretty good. So the good news is that we're graduating college. Remember that, because there's bad news, and to be sure, it is bad news. That's that we're graduating college and the world is falling apart. And of course, it was right when it was our time to go out and follow our passions and seize the day and make a difference and yada, yada, yada. So of course, the world has to fall apart when we go out there and do that. So that's not great. But there is good news for all of the graduates in the room and really the entire world. Something that might just mitigate the whole world falling apart thing. Beyonce and Jay-Z just dropped a new album. No, but that's not actually what I wanted to talk to you about today. I wanted to talk about all of you, the graduates of the class of 2018. I wanted to talk about a world that's not situated perfectly between parks to our south and tech to our north. About a life that exists beyond Annenberg Hall. I know that's crazy. But I want to talk about the Annenberg community, because I know and we know that we've been living in this community for the last 4 years. A community that's inquisitive and curious, welcoming and inclusive, and sometimes there are even cute puppies there. We're leaving that. And that's okay too, because sometimes it's time to move on. And we're bringing some things with us. We're bringing the grit with us. We're bringing our convictions, our passions, our knowledge that we've gained here, and some pretty thick skin. It's going to be hard to step out into the real world, a world that seems so angry and cruel and volatile, a world in which it's sometimes impossible to determine what is true and what is not, and a world where celebrity is worshipped and authenticity becomes a rarity. So there is a lot of bad news. But because of our time here together, we have the wherewithal not to believe the fake news. That says that we can't do anything about the bad, that we young people somehow are powerless in the fight to make sure that our world is equitable and just. We know not to believe the fake news, that our fight stops on college campuses, that our activism can't continue to flourish in offices and boardrooms, to children that we teach in the classroom and beyond. We know not to believe the fake news, that just because something is policy, just because something is written in the law, doesn't mean that it's moral or just or right. We know that. History demands that we know that. So when the United States pulls out the UN Human Rights Coalition, when children are separated from their families at the border of our country, when our government says that victims of domestic violence should no longer qualify for asylum in the United States of America, the same United States of America that is a nation of immigrants, the same United States of America that my forefathers and mothers toiled for, worked for, and built for free, we say no. Not only no, we say
Joy.
No.
All right, Joy.
Sacrificed everything to get me here today and to get you here today. Some of them may have immigrated to this country to make a better life for us. Some of them worked 2 and 3 jobs to put food on the table, and all of them dreamed for us to be right here, right now. So the real news is that this degree comes with an obligation. It's something that can be used for good and something that can be wasted. And I beg of you, SESB class of 2018, do not waste this opportunity, because the world needs you. It seems like the theme of every speech that's been given in the last year and a half has included the phrase now more than ever, and I promise I won't disappoint. Because now more than ever, the world needs CESP graduates to enter the workforce and bring compassion, to bring empathy, to bring strength to this world that's been so broken. I have great confidence in this country because I have great confidence in you, CESP class of 2018, to be your ancestors' wildest dreams. It's a heavy task, but I am confident that you will live up to it. Thank you.